Hello and welcome. We're going to have a bit of a Bricklink designer program roundup. We're going to cover very quickly Series 6, Series 5 news, and some news from Series 9 as well. So Series 6, well, hopefully it should be clear enough what today is. It is the last few hours before this completely finishes. Now, we've got just under 6 hours remaining of the current Bricklink designer program Series 6. By the time this has gone live, that's it and it's done. So if you're watching this later, well, you're in trouble because it's already finished. But let me know in that comment section, did you pick any of these up? Did you pick up any of these 5 sets? I'm a big fan of some of these, but I haven't got any. I really like the look of the tree. Think it looked great with the A-frame cabin, potentially the tree house as well. The gold mine I like, but I don't know where I'd put it. And then now with me going down, I know it's a horrible thing, but going down the Star Wars route rather than the medieval route, this one has not been purchased either. So I've been good and left all of this to it. But talking of things being purchased, if you got anything from Series 5, which is anything like this, emails are already being sent out that you're basically going to get billed and it'll be shipped sooner rather than later. I've already received an email. I can't believe it's been 5 or 6 months ago when the Thieves set came out. Doesn't seem like it was that long ago that it happened, so I'm sure somebody's going to write, nope, it's only been 4.5 or 5 months. So an email has already been sent to me, so check your emails as well, because obviously this one was the first one where, well, me and Jay's Toy Collection UK were live, and we couldn't quite figure out how nothing had sold out, and the numbers went up, and it went up, and it went up. So on the next one, they didn't do that. So it just seems to be that they've all funded, they're all available, and then you can just enjoy yourself. Now, for Series 9, I did like a quick deep dive into Series 9 in an upload the other day, where we basically went over every single set that was available very, very quickly. And that led to a few people leaving comments, which is always nice, saying thank you for seeing this and that and everything else. So I said, what I'm going to do is anybody that wrote in the comment section, I would show off their Series 9 in greater detail. And then what we'll do is just pick a few pages at random and have a quick look at detail of the sets, and the sets will just get bigger and bigger and bigger once we've checked out everybody's stuff. So I have gone into the comment section of the video, so you can see it's the Series 9 voting, so that's what you're going to be looking for under the Lego Brick News banner. So if you want to see all of these in half an hour of me literally going over every single photo, then obviously you can make up your own mind, because we are running out of time to get those in. But we have had people drop messages letting us know what is what, and I am literally just going to go straight into here, do this, find it, he says. If I can't find it that way, it's embarrassing, we'll have to find it by the designer. And if it doesn't work by the designer, then we are in trouble. So let's have a quick try that again. It's going to be one of those, isn't it? Should be something that should be really simple. It is now not working. I know it was working because I've tested it just before, just before we went. Right, I'm not taking any of this out. We like car crashes on my channel. Right, let's try the boat dock first. Because if this isn't going to work, because I saw this one, it reminded me straight away of Too Fast, Too Furious. Can we get on with the boat dock? What is going on? What is going on with this? Right, get that gone. That can't be correct. Now we like things when it goes wrong, but you can see I'm trying. I'm a very, very trying person. Now we got the one with the violin as well, so we'll try that. Definitely on the right series. There. All right. So the first one's in. So this is. We'll start here and we'll go from there. So the violin, the full-size violin. Right, okay, that was a lot harder than what it needed to be. So this is a full-size violin, obviously. If you are a fan of music bits and pieces, or you've got the big grand piano, I think these two look fantastic side by side. Again, these have just been shown off for the people that spent their time writing a comment on the video, and I'm going to do what I can, just quickly like this, just to show them off in a little bit more detail, so you guys and girls know that they are there, and then if you like them, you like them, and then if you want to vote for them, well, you can. He says, because we're one with, well, we did all right for that one. Why can't we? I'll get rid of the full stop after. If not, I'll just type it in. Why are you... That speechless, absolutely speechless. So there it is. So I hope that this is the correct one. I'm trying. I'm a very, very trying person, and I hope that this is yours. Why? It just refuse every time you try and do something like this, and it should run nice and smoothly. It shafts you basically. So this reminds me very much of the Too Fast Too Furious doc. So if you've seen that film from way, way, way back when, there was a scene with this with the double-decker boats. You had a forklift picking up the bits, and it would be a good bit of fun with your Speed Champions cars. And if they ever did the purple one, which is the Mitsubishi Eclipse, and the green Evo, that would be the scene that this would need to be used for. Fun fact, they actually used that Evo before it actually ever was announced that they were making that Evo, and it came out into production. So you can pick and choose the layout of what it is you want. So you've got different configurations with regards to the water, the paths, and things like that, which look great, because it is obviously, as you can see, fully modular. You've got all the 4 boats, and you've got 6 different minifigures as well. So there is a lot going on to this one. Sailboat, speedboat, diving boat, and then you've got the inflatable raft. So you can't go wrong with 4 different ones, and it's called the Yellow Turtle, which is always quite a cool little name. So again, if you're a fan of this one, get over and do it. Like I said, if I can just get one more vote for the people that are helping me out on my channel, I will do what I can to help. So that is those 2. Moving on, so Azure Island. If I have to type it in, I will type it in. What? I must have been doing something wrong, surely. Was I? Was I doing something wrong, or is it just does it not like capital letters? Is that the problem? I don't understand. How can it not be there? And I know it's there because I checked all of this out first to make sure that it was there. Right. It was a complete waste of time because all I did is just type it in manually, and here it is. Why? I mean, hopefully this is you. Fingers crossed it is, because it doesn't seem to be working whatsoever. So I really, really hope that this is the right one. If it's not, I apologise. I know the handles look slightly different, but I can't find you by handle. So let's hope. It looks like you might be because it's E. So yeah, so Eric E. Fingers crossed. So this would work very, very well with the Skull Island, which is also the other big pirate one that came out a couple of Bricklink series ago. And it does look very, very smart. You have got all of the blue base plates it's sat on. You've got your nice little boats. You've got the pirate bit just at the bottom, just there. Looks really clean. You've got 3 different islands. We've got the cool little surfboard with the skeleton as well. So yeah, there's a lot. There he is. So there's a lot going on with this. And again, it's based, I do believe, on very, very good play. Very well, sorry again, very good selling play scale Lego set from way back when. Like a lot of these are. So a lot of these are just sort of like revamped designs because the pirate stuff was a huge, huge thing when it first came out. So again, a massive congratulations to you, and fingers crossed that it all works tickety boo. And then we want the Desert Fortress, don't we? So am I just gonna have to type that in? Are we gonna have to type in? If I type in desert, will it pop up? Just to be lazy. There we go. There we go. Just obviously doesn't like copy and paste, so top tip. So this reminds me very much of Legoland Dubai, because they have this very similar colour scheme with all the reds and the yellows and the blacks all mixed in, just on a much, much larger scale. And of course, they have use of a lot of camels and things, which are included within this set, along with the horses as well. So you can see it's all modular up at the top, which looks nice and smart. And then you've got the walls and everything around the outside from there. Again, cool little bit brick built camel. And then you've got all of the other little areas around it. And it's obviously there's your chambers for the bedroom. Fingers crossed it does well, because I think it does look very, very smart. There's a lot of competition in Series 9 for everything though, isn't there? Let's be honest, Series 9 seems to be that there's lots and lots of castles, pirate stuff, and different bits and pieces like that. So massive congratulations to all of you. That is the desert one done, the island done, the boat dock done, and the violin. So yes, well done to every single person that's taken part in that. I'm sorry that was a little bit messy, but well, I tried. Very, very, very trying. So what we'll do is we're literally going to just do some more by random, I think, which is the only fair way to do, because I could spend hours looking at these in much greater detail. But like I said, we've had a look at every single one of these very, very quickly and very, very briefly. So I think what we'll do, just for ease, I know it's a bit of a cop-out, if we just go to the last page, there's 4 big ones. These are the biggest of the series. So we'll just click on all 4 of these, see what we think with regards to them. I know everything else is full pages, but this is just by actual side builds. And the nice thing of this is that they are all slightly different. So we will see how we get on. So we're going to start off with the Fisherman's Village, because I actually do like this one. So I think this one looks quite nice. This would work very, very well with all of the piratey bits and pieces. You could get away with this with One Piece and all that kind of thing. You've got the nice little looking boat. So, well, I was going to say it's a smaller looking boat to Jaws, but that's just, it happens to be the same colour scheme. So I think it looks nice. Might be advantage having one of the biggest sets on the last page. So does it stand out more for people, or do people not care? It does look like it's all individual buildings as well. So just the shape of that one looks nice, and the fact it's gifts and souvenirs. It's the kind of thing that you get sort of by the old beaches and that kind of thing. And it's pretty cool on the inside, because that is the kind of souvenirs that you do get, if that is still the souvenir shop. And this is the first time me clicking on all of this. There you've got the haberdashery, so that's the use of their haberdashery with the crab on there, and you've got the Loyster speciality. Again, nice looking modular building. I think it looks smart enough. Nice looking boat with the buoy. Again, haven't got one of those, so that would be a nice little thing to add. Nice little Easter eggs with this as well, because we've got the harbour, the Titanic, we've got the globe, we've got the Endurance, we've got the 3-in-1 bottle, and then that is obviously the old fishing store. And I have got one. I've got the old fishing store. All of the others I do not have at all. So again, as a smaller build, as a museum piece, that's quite a cool looking thing. And then you've got a nice little lighthouse that goes with it as well. And I do like the shape of that one. I do like all of the other little bits and pieces, and it's sort of set back a little bit as well. I could see the old fishing store working quite well with this, because then that would actually link in well with the Harbour Master office that's already gone live as well. Yes, so actually, I'm glad I went to the last page, because I think that is a very, very nice looking thing, and a massive congratulations to you. And I'm not signed in, but I would say I do love that. So that is a great looking thing. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with regards to that one. It will all be announced sooner rather than later. I could have just gone lucky dip one at a time. Do I do that to make it a little bit different? Do I pick the ones that catch my eye and just pick one per page? That way it'll be a slightly longer video. Does it make it a little bit more interesting that way? Or do I just cheat? Because everybody's got their own taste. And this is what I did before. I went over them, we did this, just to see what they all were. But I don't know. I know I will actually, because I want to see what this prison castle is as well. So at least that way you can see all of them. Again, we've got time to do this, so we'll carry on. What caught my eye on this was the colour and the fact it's a prison. So it seems to be, I don't know why, so you guys and girls are going to have to fill me in. There seems to be a lot of this colour use with the squid that is being used. So I'm assuming it's to do with a faction. Kraken, is that the one? Yeah, it's a Kraken. So is this a new faction that somebody's made up? I don't imagine it would be. Or is this just everybody's gone crazy for it? Again, I'm just a fan of bright colours, so it's easy for me just to click on these things. Would I get it? Probably not. I say probably not. No, because I wouldn't have anywhere to put it. But at the same time, I can see a lot of people liking this kind of thing with all the detail and everything that is on there. And you've got full full army at the bottom. You've got the skeleton, you've got the king, and everything like that. So again, massive congratulations to you. And you can see the designer just up there at the top. So if I had gone down more of a water display space, I think I would have gone. But because again, it would look great with the Watchers of the Midnight Sea, for example, because you could same color scheme going down there. That might be the one I click on. I'm intrigued by the bit at the top. Do you like the horror stuff? I'm going to be clicking on the horror stuff, the West stuff, Driftwood Keep. No, I want to see what that's about. So what is this? How have they done that at the top? That looks fantastic. Obviously, they've very cleverly used a backlight for it. So if it does come with a light brick, that would be pretty cool. But again, it's similar color scheme. Got these cool little waves at the top. We've got the harpoon guns coming out. This is kind of giving off a mix of some. Oh, what is the name of the film? Oh, so annoying. They even show it off at Universal Studios as well over in Singapore. Is it Kevin Costner? He's the one in there. I'm sure that's what it is, where you've got all these weird and wonderful bits and pieces that are going on with it. Very, very different. That potentially would it work or not? I know it's the same faction. So yeah, okay. So you, if you could get the instructions for all of these and get all the minifigures, you could literally have a faction of the sea for all of these, putting this one and the other one together. Clearly, I'm a fan of these colours, and I didn't even know that was a thing. So I could go all in on this faction and just see what it's about. But it does look smart. So again, massive congratulations to the designer just down there, Peppy Frost. So well done. Let's just go back, randomly pick on one on page 16. Where are we going to go for? We'll just do Lucky Dip. What just jumps out? Race Day. We'll go for this because I'd love a go-kart track. Again, this is just from me. I would get something like this because it's from a theme park perspective would be perfect. You can see you've got the little pits and everything in there. It's anything that you would do in Roller Coaster Tycoon. I would be all over adding it into this display. It might not look like much, and it might look a little bit messy with the bigger sets because obviously I've got that massive thing behind me. But it's all going to be linked in as a big theme park, and something like this. Well, that would be ideal. Take up a bit of space, obviously. You're probably looking at, what, 3 base plates in length by potentially 2 base plates wide. But the nice thing is with this, potentially you might be able to have different track designs. Obviously, you've got your queue line for different bits and pieces. You'd have to like that with the water fountain up at the top. And you can see it's just... you would imagine that they would obviously tweak that. So rather than it being stud size, it would be a minifigure size. But the concept would be nice. As long as you've got the space for it, because I am intrigued to know they have got different layouts. Ideal. So yeah, you can lay it out however it is you want to lay it out, because it's just those little pieces, and you can make up your own tracks. You can make it that small. You can make it bigger. Ideal. And again, you could probably add to that if you really wanted to. But I am intrigued to know what they're going to be doing for the next museum piece, because the amusement piece, because well. Where were we? 19, I think we're on 17? Yes. No, 6. So we've just seen that one. 17, so 15 we're on now. That's weird. Because I've got almost all of the fairground stuff, and well, I'm going to cut myself off. It'll be the Haunted Mansion, unless there's another horror thing on there. And luckily, we've already seen the Desert Fortress, so there we go. That just happened to be on this page. It was a good thing you jumped in those comment section, because I wouldn't have just randomly clicked on it, because it's Halloween, so it's only fair that we are going to be clicking on this. And this is it. There's no thought process behind this at all. It's just lucky dip and random. But that does look pretty smart to me. That does look like it is a full-blown Halloween house. Obviously, it's a very different use of colours with regards to the orange rather than like the black or a green that you would use. But then you've got the green all over the windows, you've got all the scared looking minifigures, and you've got all the pumpkins and everything up at the front. So Interesting to see what is actually going to be on the inside of this one. Yeah, look at that. So it's got all the dirt and everything on the inside. Again, it could be fine-tuned ever so slightly if it needs to be, but the concept's there for an old abandoned, proper abandoned looking haunted house rather than sort of more of a clean one. So again, congratulations to the designer just up there. So we keep jumping to that first page. I think we're on 14. Hope we're on 14. So we got Dark Village, that's haunted-ish. Anything theme park related? Ooh, what do I click on? What do I click on? Hmm. Do we click on the Volcanic Forge? Or do we click on something that would actually carry on with potentially what I've got, which is the Pirate Hideout Market? Do both. We'll do both, I think. So this would work well with the set that is coming out in the next few days from the previous Bricklink designer program, I think. With loads of minifigures, all the different markets, you could really start to build up. Because it's modular as well, just like more detailed pirate sets rather than just being sparse and big. You can actually give almost like docking stations of where the One Piece people could go to, where the Pirates of the Caribbean ship could end up, and all of that kind of thing. So yeah, nicely done to you. I think that's Javo, JVO. I said I was 15. I said I was on 15. I think it was 15. It was, no, it wasn't. It must be 14. 14, and we are going all the way down because we want to click on this one because it's an unusual color scheme. So the Volcanic Forge. The last time they used anything volcano related, they were the bright green stuff, weren't they? And you could build your own volcano with it. Didn't last too long though. It kind of replaced the Explorer stuff, and then the Explorer stuff just came back with a vengeance, and that kind of got swept to the side. So I think we're talking around 2020, 2021 for that kind of thing. But those sets now go for an absolute fortune. So I think people might like all the volcano bits and pieces. Again, good use of color scheme. Got the cool things on the back, all opened up. Great looking designs. Obviously, got play features in there as well. So yeah, there's a lot going on to it. The only thing is, I say with these, I say this all the time, is I actually end up putting clear water tiles over everything to pin them all together because for whatever reason, mine keep pinging off, and it's only this thicker blue base. I don't know why. It just does not like me at all. But Brick by Nick again. Congratulations to you. So 13 will be on now then. What are we gonna go for? Viking Shipyard. That's a pretty nice looking thing. That might be up there. Oh, this is the one with all the trains as well, isn't it? Yeah. Sea Monster Battle. A lot of underwater stuff in this series. We've got the Wild West train station, which would work well with the Wild West bits and pieces. But I'm going to go for the Viking Shipyard, just because it's different. So, nice looking thing, Viking Shipyard. You obviously get the actual Viking boat, which, if you didn't get the other Viking thing, that would work very, very well. Again, this would then work well with the Viking set. Perfect theming for a Legoland theme park because this is basically a very, very similar to shape to the entrance to the queue line of what they used to. I don't know if they still got it anymore, but the Viking River Rapids at Legoland Billund. So I need to go back there and sort of check all of that out. But you can see you've got plenty of minifigures there to pick from and do. So yeah, it looks that looks rather smart. Now I've just clocked onto the time, which is slightly annoying. So I'm not going to have time to go through every single page. So we will call page number 12 the last. Actually, well, we won't call it page 12 the last one because that's not fair. What I'll do is I'm just going to go back through every single one again without clicking on anything, unless something really jumps up at me, because I've got to sort some other little bits and pieces out, and it's all coming down to the time of when the live stream that's going to be happening. So the 80s thing did look smart because you had all of the different bits and pieces in there. So the tribute to that is the castle, the pirate, the city, Legoland, and space. Well, it's going to have to be clicked on. It's going to have to be clicked on. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, fair enough. Yeah, yeah. Again, you can potentially. They're not modular. Well, they are, but they're only going to fit in there. But that is something that you would see in the Master Builders Gallery. That's the kind of thing that you would see up in there. So yeah, it does look very smart. And then obviously this space calf looks great as well. And then you've got the Jolly Anchor. There's a lot I could click on all of these, but I would need all day. And if I get enough time, before this finishes, I might click on every single set and just do a huge upload. But we'll be talking. It'll be a big thing. Like the winter cottage is great. All of the other little bits and pieces on here are fantastic. So yeah, there might be one more video coming, depending on the date that this finishes. What are we 13th, 17th? Is the 17th Saturday or Friday? What are we today? We're Monday. So 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, so 17th. So I might have the opportunity to do a big video, but we will see. So that is all of those. There's the mini golf, which I have to click on. As I said when I was looking at these last time, I would happily take a go-kart track or a little mini golf, and it's minifigure scale as well. So I'd love something like that, just because that is a thing that is at all of the different Legoland parks now. They've opened up one at Windsor. They used to have an old one at Windsor. It just reminds me, the mini golf just reminds me of Legoland. Every time I see it, I don't care where I see mini golf. I think the first place I played it and the people that I was with, it's just like a core memory for me. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that one. You've got the working windmill up at the top. You've got all the different factories and all of the other little bits and pieces with everything that is going on. So yes, they do look rather good. But I've run out of time, I'm afraid. So I think now, working the dates out, I could do another long one later on in the week, and it would literally be the night. I'll make sure I do one more video about this series the night before it finishes, so then you guys and girls can see everything in detail for the last time. Make up your mind with regards to voting for the bits and pieces, and then good luck to you. And again, we can see the boat dock just coming through. Let me know in the comment section which one's yours as well, because obviously if I can help anybody else out, I will do. For the guys that commented in the last video, thank you very much. But I have completely run out of time. But what I would say is, if it was me personally and I could only pick one, I, for some reason, really like the look of this fisherman's village. And I think it would work well with the lighthouse. It would work well with quite a few different bits and pieces. So that is a nice looking, I think to me, that is a really nice looking set. So huge congratulations to the designer on that one. And like I said, I will do my very best the night before to go into a much in-depth detail on this one, this series, and I'll obviously be finishing, because we're going from smallest to biggest, on the Fisherman's Village. So if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. Good luck, take care, and we'll see you next one.